was late paying my rent because it was a misunderstanding. They had to get all types of proof, and by the time all the proof came, it was eviction time.
I hear people every day, and it's devastating, it's emotionally draining that the law gives them 10 days to find a place to move, and they don't have a place, they don't have any money, they're devastated, they have to pack up and try and find something, they're trying to find a job.
Working, and I had cash assistance, and I had told my landlord that I was working, they had my rent up, but as soon as I lost my job for my hours, I retold them that I don't have a job and my cash got cut off.
It's absolutely the lowest of the devastation to be homeless. And if we can prevent a few people, and we're really targeting, I want to say we're trying to do 300 people, I think was the number that I remembered. That is a lot of people for one county to prevent from becoming homeless. That's our goal.
The Eviction Diversion program basically emphasizes homeless prevention through education and assistance prior to an actual judgment being entered. I think that is the key of this program, is to try to prevent the eviction prior to the actual judgment being entered into the court system.
Eviction diversion gives people an opportunity to kind of wrap all of their services up together, hopefully in just one visit, maybe two at the most.
I feel that the eviction diversion program is important because it is providing low and moderate income families with eviction prevention assistance and also preventing those families from becoming homeless.
Instead of getting the judgment, we can actually start giving assistance once the summons has been filed. That is huge, because once a judgment is filed, that hurts people's credit. So this gray area in between, while they're going through this lawsuit, they can actually, I feel like a broker. I put the landlords together with the tenants, and if they are eligible for this program, they can get help before they get a judgment. So that's what is so unique about this tenant eviction diversion program in Kalamazoo County.
The program basically allows for us as DHS employees to actually be located here at the courthouse, and our primary focus is working with individuals and families that are at risk of going through the eviction process.
First of all, the 211 helpline is an information and referral service. So when people call here and they're looking for rent assistance, we're going to be the first place they call. And so we are looking at what resources are available to them in that area. Then we move them into a screening process for the eviction diversion program.
And if they're eligible or potentially eligible for the program, the tenant is then scheduled to meet with myself and Ms. Hall to go through the process to see if they're eligible for assistance.
It helped me because they paid it up, but then after like the eviction was in process, they had to take the eviction money that y'all helped me with and put it towards my rent because the paperwork was ready. So I don't have to pay rent until next month.
So if you did not have help from eviction diversion, where do you think you'd be right now?
Staying back with my mom.
So you wouldn't have a place to stay with at all?
No.
So how old are your kids?
2 and 3. Well, 2 and 1's gonna be 4 next week.
So having a place like this, they get all their own space as well.
Yes, because at my mom's house is kind of hectic and crowded.
So I have a depth of understanding the real estate issues, the bankruptcies and all of that, which is really helpful. And so I feel very comfortable, and it's all about helping, and I'm proud to be part of it.
I just would like to say thank you, because if it wasn't for y'all, I'd probably be back with my mom.
Well, I think that the best home that you have is probably the one you currently live in. And so if we can do triage and we can say, we can help you with your finances, we can help you with your credit, we can help you with your tax payments.
We're here as a HUD counselor and a MSHDA counselor to help folks maintain their home. So when they are delinquent, or in some cases even before, if they've been laid off, or there's a reduction in income or increase in medical expenses, etc., where they're having problems, they can come into us. We have a packet of information that we give them to complete and provide the additional documentation to us.
A lot of people that I see that are vulnerable are elderly and single moms with kids. And both of those groups, maybe if we would have some wraparound services and have some help for that group, they could stay in their home and have a decent quality of life long term. We have 1,800 parcels that we are posting in Kalamazoo County. So we're posting right now, and the foreclosure deadline for that group of houses is March 31st, 2011. Hopefully, we have 1,800 now. By the time I do foreclosure, prevention, and outreach, I will foreclose on less than 300. So it is very important.
Last year, I think we met with about 360 odd families, primarily in Kalamazoo County.
The majority of the foreclosures are in the central city, so the majority are on the north side, Edison, and east side. The north side is especially hard hit. We sent out 7,000 delinquent tax notices last week, and 48% of the delinquent tax notices are in the city of Kalamazoo. And then they're sporadically spread out through Waukesha, Alamo, Ashtimo, but the majority are in the city of Kalamazoo. But you might expect that, since the city of Kalamazoo has the majority of the population.
We've had loans where people have been 10 payments behind on an FHA loan, and depending on the servicer and who the investor is, we've been able to get all of their delinquent payments rolled back into the mortgage and then get it recast, where they've actually been able to even lower the interest rate in some cases and the payment. So it's able to do that for the borrower. They're able to stay in home, and then it's affordable going forward. That's the key to making this whole thing work.
So I think it's just really important for the stability of some of our seniors and our single moms with children to stay in that home. It keeps the kids in the school that they're in. And I think it's very stressful, and there's a lot of upheaval in a family when you have to root them up.
I've had cases where a payment's been reduced 30, 40, in one case even 50-some%. And then it was affordable because the income just wasn't there. But again, that's the exception and not the rule. Normally, the situations help bring the borrower current. Sometimes they actually lower the interest rate. So the counseling and the referral network quite often is more important depending on the situation.
I think that early intervention is key. So when you get the tax notice, that you do not ignore it, that you come here and that you ask for help. We help hundreds of people, and we're in the business of helping people and connecting them to the service. We really serve the people and take that very serious. And so early intervention is key with either tax foreclosure or mortgage foreclosure. And we're good at connecting people to services. We do house calls. Anything that it takes to have me save your home, I'm willing to do.